All right, everybody, here we go. I'm Ron Houston. Good afternoon to you. Good to have you here. We want to thank, before we do anything else, Julio Gomez. Julio Gomez, he's got all kind of companies. I can't even remember them all. But anyway, he's in commercial and residential remodel and repair. And if you need any of that stuff, call him at 210-601-0761. And his website, it's still got an echo in it. So we're having a little technical problems here. Our website is ggcontractingco.com. And his name is Julio Gomez. And I've got a phone number for you. The office number is 210-601-0761. 210-601-0761. His name is Julio Gomez, and he is a great supporter of this show and also the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. Now, here's a guy that will agree with that, Mr. John Nava, and we have Sharon Arnold with us today. John, Julio's a good friend of yours.
Yeah, Julio's a great friend of mine. Actually, he's one of our top sellers at the raffle committee.
He does a pretty good job, doesn't he?
He does a pretty good job.
When you say sick 'em to him, he knows what it means.
Well, he knows how to sell raffle tickets.
Well, tell us a little bit about your background in rodeo and the
Well, I've been part of San Antonio.
Rodeo, that's what it is.
Yeah, I've been part of San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo for many years, about 35 or more years. I lost count. But I've been with the raffle committee.
You don't look that old.
I'm old. I'm only 19.
A few little grays hairs here and there.
Well, I dyed it. Okay, but anyway, I've been part of the raffle committee, and I started from the bottom up. Now I became a director emeritus. So
that's a big honor out there, isn't it?
That is a very big. Most of us here in this table right now are director emeritus. So that means that, we really don't have to do nothing, but we do. Our heart would tell us keep on going, even though you got a title. Just keep on going.
We have somebody else here with us that's every week, Sharon Arnold. Sharon, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, and Happy New Year, everybody.
That's
and I
right,
hope
Happy
you all
New
have
Year's.
a great time. And I will have a tequila for you.
A what?
A champagne.
Okay. And Sharon's background is not as a volunteer per se. Hers is actually working in the office. And how long were you in the office at the rodeo?
Oh, my God, 25 years.
25 years. So Sharon still is a living institution out there. If you mention the name Sharon Arnold at the rodeo, they know who Sharon is. And they know it from a good standpoint. Everybody likes Sharon. You mentioned Sharon's name.
Everybody knows Sharon.
Everybody loves
I know her for years, and I reel her into the raffle committee.
He did. Okay, everybody, February the 6th to the 23rd is the rodeo, so get your tickets now. Go to sarodeo.com.
sarodeo.com.
And buy your tickets. And we have 2 events coming up. And we have one on January the 15th, Cowgirls Live Forever, and one on January the 18th, the Rodeo Ball. So if you want to buy tickets.
That's a big deal.
And that's a big deal. So if you need tickets for that, you can buy them.
All right. Let's move on to John, do you have anything else?
No, that's about it right now. So we can introduce our
Move on to our guest, Melissa Mahula.
Yay!
Melissa's a good friend of all of us here in this table.
She's been around a while, and she's a hard worker, and so we stumbled across her name, and I said, let's get Melissa. Melissa, tell us a little bit about yourself, and how did you start off at the rodeo, and how did you, what committee are you on now, or committees? I know you're on one more.
Yeah, several of them. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.
Thrilled. And shout out to my family and friends who are listening in. Thank you for supporting me.
Hello, shout out.
Yay.
We're so happy to have you on.
Oh, well, thank you. And it's just wonderful being around you guys because I've known you for such a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, we get a chance to get together again.
Yes. But, I started volunteering, I can't believe it, I'm going to say this, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Wow, 30 years.
Just like me.
You don't look that old.
She was only
She's
5
not old,
when she
Roy,
started.
She's young.
I color too.
No.
But yes, I started on the Calf Scramble Committee. I did that for 12 years and thoroughly enjoyed it, supporting those kids.
I still love see those kids when they come back and they accuse the girls and say those girls took away my calf.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
And now you watch those kids, those girls.
They're very competitive.
Oh, yeah, they'll
just
rumble.
because it's a girl, you can't write it off because some of those girls are more competitive and tougher than the guys.
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Yeah,
Yes.
I say. It was funny. They'd come back and they'd talk about all that, to see them and hear them talking about what they did to the guy that tried to take away their animal, and the girls are merciless, man. They'd whip up one. This one girl said, "Yeah, I whip up on him."
Yeah, that was super fun.
Well, that's good. So you were. What other committees were you on?
Yeah, so I'm currently, my primary committee now is the auction committee. I've been on the auction committee now for 18 years.
Wow.
And
Now, that's a big responsibility, isn't it?
it is. I mean, we, like last year, there was like 17,000 kids that showed and exhibited their animals, and we bring in 1,000 kids through our auction 3 days. And last year we had a $6.7 million show. So we're very proud about our supporters in San Antonio.
John, isn't the auction committee where your committee spent?
Well, yeah,
money?
the raffle committee. We're one of the buyers at the auction committee, and for many, many, many years, I used to be a buyer. And it's funny because I was just telling them a story. And I'm going to tell y'all because since Melissa's here. I can't remember how long it was, about 4 or 5 years ago. I was at a location, I think it was a restaurant, and I don't know why, but this lady walked up to me and she said, are you part of the San Antonio Stock Show Rodeo? And I said, yes, I am. And I said, my name is John Nava. I said, yes. So you bought my pig when I was little.
Isn't that great?
I mean, that just blew me away how she still could remember me. And then she said, well, this is my husband and this is my child. And so, I saw it, wow, man, I bought her pig when she was a kid. Now she's married, had a kid.
That's a great story.
I mean, that is a good story. I don't know why they remember me, but, I'm an old man now.
Oh, boy.
And we're so grateful for buyers. We couldn't do our auction.
You can't do it without the buyers.
We can't.
Well, it's just like with the auction committee. I mean, y'all really work hard.
Yeah.
And then, it's a 3-day event. And it's hours. It's not just a few minutes. It's hours and hours and hours. But it's all worth it. It's all for the kids.
Yes, it is.
You got anything?
And you're on the ticket committee, too, right?
I am. For
That's
the
what I
last
wanna
4
hear about.
years, I made that my secondary committee. I was just interested to get involved with, getting Star Experience tickets, Carnival tickets. And, a lot of people reached out to me a lot of times looking for tickets. And when I became a season ticket holder, I thought, I need to get more involved and know what the ticket committee actually does.
Speaking of ticket
great.
committees, we're going to do a giveaway, right?
Yes.
Okay, why don't you talk about what it is we're going to give away, and then in a couple of weeks we'll actually do it.
Okay. So I am personally donating some tickets because I want to make it fun. You're welcome. I've had a great, run with selling tickets and been a, ticket leader and ticket sales leader. And I always try to mentor and, grow our new volunteers and stuff like that. But so I've been very fortunate, to learn a lot of things. But what I wanted to do is offer up a family package, 4 rodeo tickets, 2 carnival tickets, and 4 food vouchers. So make a whole package of $230 value.
Wow.
Thank
And that's
you,
personally
Melissa.
coming from me.
Thank you, Melissa.
You're
Now,
welcome.
if people want to get in touch with you to buy
Yes.
some tickets, how do they reach you?
Sure. You can call me on my mobile, 210-387-8081. And also, I have a discount link. I know that Sharon mentioned you can buy your tickets on sarodeo.com, but being a committee volunteer, we are giving these discount links and codes, and so you can actually buy, and we get credit for it. So to buy, ticket through my discount link, it's ticketmaster.com/RTC, which means Radio Ticket Committee. And then my unlock code is my initials, MELMAH.
Wow, that's great.
So, the ticket committee and the rodeo have been good to you.
They
You've
have.
enjoyed it. You've been out there, 20 years?
30 years.
30 years.
30 years.
So I
Oh
would
my
say probably this has been something that's been positive.
But I wanted you to talk about being on the U.S. Marshal drill team.
Oh, that's kind of something that not many people know about.
I didn't know about that.
I know. Back in 1999, I was so fortunate to be part of a new group called the U.S. Marshals Posse. And why I bring it up is because, you have the grand entry before the rodeo every year. I got to be in the grand entry with the U.S. Marshals Posse.
Wow, that's
Plus,
great.
we went to Cheyenne Frontier Days. It was some fun 4 years that I got to participate in that.
Well, Melissa, thank you so much for being with us today.
Yes,
and
thank
I
you.
hope to see you again. And I know you know a lot of people. Bring some more in. We got the rodeo coming up. We'll bring
Certainly
some
will.
more in here. We'll talk about the rodeo. And we're going to move over to somebody on the telephone with us right now, Tammy Jupy. You got Tammy? Hey, Tammy.
Hi. How you doing, Roy?
I'm doing good. We've got some real big shots here today. We got Sharon Arnold and John Nava. They're here today, so they can talk to you. Now, tell us, I've known you for a long time, so I know you've been on a lot of committees. First thing I want you to share with is something that you probably wouldn't say yourself, is the success you had when you were working with the Cowboy Church and selling those tickets, getting money for the Toys for Tots. Talk about that. That was a big deal that year.
Yes. Over back in 2014, I guess it was, and we went around to the different committees, and they have been so generous.
I think they were one of the top organizations we were in the whole city one year, right?
Exactly. Back in 2018, that's when we became number one, and since then, I understand that we're still number one with the Toys for Tots.
Wow, that's great. I appreciate all you do for the Toys for Tots, for all the kids. That's a great thing.
Well, what happened is I brought it to a new level, had some amazing people backing me, and once I got to this level, then I decided to hand it over to Susan Traber, who was my right-hand person, and she has taken it up to another level. So I'm really proud of what has happened with the Toys for Tots.
That's really great.
Well, Tammy, what are some of the other committees that you've been on?
Okay. Besides the Cowboy Church, I'm now on a craft beer, and it's actually called the Watering Hole. And we now are serving liquor. And
no!
Yeah.
Do y'all get samples?
It's gone.
Why does that not surprise me that you're on that committee, Tammy?
I know. Cowboy Church to craft beer, but you know what? I just love the organization and the people like Sharon and John and you, Roy. So,
Thank you.
Yeah, I just like, giving a little bit of my talent and sharing with others, and then moving committee.
Yeah.
And what?
She broke up.
Oh, we lost her?
We lost her.
Oh, I'm here.
There you
Okay,
are.
there you
She's
are.
there. She's
There you
there.
are.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're on a cell phone. I guess. Anyway, I've really enjoyed since 2005 is when I became a lifetime member. So I have had some exciting times, and I look forward to what's going to happen this year and the following years.
Yeah.
So now you're still keeping pretty busy. Where do you work at now? You work out of Pleasanton somewhere now, right?
I actually work south of San Antonio in Atascosa for Evanson Energy, and I am a safety and DOT manager for a hazmat company.
So you do keep pretty busy, huh?
I do. We do a lot of training with our drivers because they have a tough job. They have to unload this product, and it's hazmat, so it could be very dangerous.
Yeah.
So
That could be dangerous.
See,
very busy.
When men see Tammy, she comes across as being that soft touch, but they don't know. I know her. She's not a soft touch, and she could go from being sweet to have those claws coming out if you're not doing what you're supposed to real quick. So that's why I've always been nice to her, because I don't want to see that side of her. So in a male-dominated organization, I can see where every once in a while they'll test you, but they don't test you very long, do they, Tammy?
No, they don't. They really don't.
Still pull back a stub.
Nope, they don't.
Well, John, you have anything else for Tammy?
No, not really. I guess we said it all. Yeah, I know Tammy for many years.
Yeah.
And I guess we're going to have to go to that watering hole to visit you.
Hey, I've been there numerous times.
Yeah, I've seen you, Sharon.
I know. You've seen me at the watering hole.
Sharon is a regular.
Yeah, we'll all end up there sooner or later. Do you have anything?
It's a
Melissa,
lot
you have
of fun.
anything?
Shout out to Tammy. I hadn't seen you in a while, but thank you so much for volunteering. I know you
bet.
well too, girl.
Yeah, when I think of a volunteer, someone that's a really I think of you and Tammy.
Oh, thank you.
Because y'all have the
Thank
same
you.
drive and getting after it and making it happen. And
I'll
that's
tell
what-
you, the rodeo could not make it without you volunteers.
No.
'Cause
Well,
the
especially
staff
volunteers
is-
like this.
Yeah, but the staff is small. Well, it's grown than it used to be, but without the volunteers, we would never get the money to give these kids. So I want to thank all the volunteers for what you do.
That's right.
Well, Tammy,
amazing,
thank you
yes.
very much. We appreciate you, and I'll see you soon. We'll go have some lunch
Yeah.
and get caught up, okay? And you're kind of like Sharon here. I hadn't talked to Sharon in a couple of years, and I answered the phone one night, and she says, "Hi, Roy." I said, "Who is this?" She says, "Sharon Arnold." I said, "Sharon Arnold. Perfect person for the radio show." So we'll talk to you some here in the future, Tammy. I want to get you to do some call-ins for me every once in a while, okay?
Okay, that sounds great.
And I hope
it's
everything
good
you've got
talking to
going
Roy
today
and-
settles down and behaves itself, okay, where you'll have a good day.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much.
Well, thank you for
All right,
being on
thanks, Sharon.
the show.
Well, thank you, Tammy.
Okay.
We'll see you at the rodeo.
You
All right.
bet. Thanks, John.
I've got somebody special coming up, Sunny Holly, but first off, we're going to talk a little bit with John and I about Gomez and Gomez. And Julio Gomez is a good friend of both of ours.
Yes, yeah, Julio, he's been around for years. Yeah, he does a lot of
stuff. I don't even know how to comprehend it all. He's got all this stuff.
Actually, he builds buildings from the ground up, and he sends me all his glass work. I have a glass company, East End Glass Company, and we do all the storefronts and
So
doors.
you work with him on a regular basis?
Yes,
right?
yeah, we do a lot. He does a lot of stuff for Church's Chicken and other chain companies. And whenever they have a break-in, he'll call me, and I'll send my crews out there to replace the glass and all that. So no, Julio, I don't know how he does it. He has his hand in everything.
He got
Everything.
6 or 7 separate companies.
Yeah.
Plus, he's created a nonprofit.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that in the future.
Now, we're going to have him on.
Right.
And there's a company down at the Pearl. You know where the Pearl's at?
Yes, everybody
All
knows.
right. As you walk in that main entrance there on the right-hand side, there's an organization. It has no sign of what it really is, but they go out and they teach people how to get money at nonprofits. And so I'm going to take him down there and get him set up where he can get.
Well, Julio will be a good person. He's been blessed. He's doing very well, and he's one of our sponsors here at the show. And we thank him very, very much for doing that.
Let's give
We do
his
thank him.
office number again, 210-601-0761. Julio Gomez, he's the owner. Ask for him, 210-601-0761. Just tell him Ron Houston and John Nava sent you, okay? All right. You have anything else?
No, I think we're good.
All right. Well, we're going to move on here, and we're going to talk a little more about Gomez and Gomez, but I'm going to bring Sunny Holly. I better not forget that name, huh? Sunny Holly in. You want to come in and sit down, Sunny? Don't forget now, they do free estimates, too, at Gomez & Gomez. The name of the company is Gomez & Gomez Facility Solutions. And they have just about everything you can think of, commercial and residential remodel and repair, demolition license, lead and mold, sidewalks and curbs, asbestos removal, metal buildings, just everything. And the good thing about it is we know this man. We know Julio Gomez. We know him, and he is a good person. He's an honest person. So if he does business for you, he's going to back it up and do it right because that's the only one he knows how to do it. And we've known him for a while. John's known him a long time. And so that's why we can say this is a good guy. And we also want to say thank you to him for helping sponsor the show. Believe me, I want to say thank you very much. All right, let's go to Sunny Holly. Sunny Holly is a live member at the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. And I think your brother,
Yes.
D.R. Barr, was involved a lot too, huh?
Yes. He was in the Palomino Patrol. Mm-hmm. He's been director emeritus and out there for a long time.
Yeah, I've known him for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
He and his wife are
How
great.
did you get into the rodeo?
I just signed up to be a volunteer. I wanted
Who
to do it.
motivated you?
My brother, because they used to let trailers stay out there, and he used to have his trailer, and
Right.
on Sundays he cooked meal for all of us, and so I was out there all the time, and I wanted to get involved, and so I went online, signed up, and he sponsored me.
That's
Now,
great.
You are a life member now?
Yes, I'm a life member. I started with the raffle committee. I was on there 3 years, and then I transferred to the ambassador committee.
Now tell us about that. What does the ambassador committee do?
It's a wonderful organization, which everything has to do with the kids, which just you feel beam and so much love for that. Went around to a lot of the schools where they'd have their stock shows and talk to the kids about coming and being in the stock show and rodeo with their animals. We did that a lot. We had so many points and so many credits we had to get, but that one was an easy one. I lived in Livonia for a while, and we used to go to the Livonia stock shows and just talk to the kids and get involved or speak to them and their parents and tell them how to get involved with the San Antonio Stock Show.
So that's a very important part of the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo, because you're actually going out to meet these people.
Yes, and talk to the parents and the kids.
Person. That's quite a deal.
That's great.
Yes, we did that. Went to a lot of high schools, junior highs, where they're already got their animals.
So that's what I would call hands-on, right?
Yes,
You're right out there representing the rodeo. Now, you also do parades, too, don't you?
Yes, we did a parade, sometimes 2 a month. We'd sign up to what area you wanted to go to. If they didn't have enough on, it was like first come, first serve, because there were a lot of volunteers. But we went to a lot of, like, the Poteet Strawberry Festival, things like, as an example.
But y'all also did small towns, too.
Yes, we did.
yeah.
A lot of small towns. And
You did a lot.
Yeah, and we had the clowns that were on our committee.
Yeah, I
They
remember.
would do that. They'd walk with us, and we'd play music, and they would have one of the trucks, the men off the committee, they would drive the trucks with the parade. And, the kids loved it. And
They did.
We were playing music and talking about when the rodeo dates were. It's a wonderful committee.
Yeah.
We were also part of the Star Experience. We had to be involved in that. And
Tell us about that. That's a really neat thing.
Yeah, that was part of the ambassador committee. I think still is. And we'd go down and escort the people to their seats, help them out when they had their dinners, make sure they had a drink or whatever, if they had questions about what they do next.
But where do they sit, these people? That's what's important.
They sit, actually, they start out in the fan zone on the first few rows during the rodeo, and then it becomes like at a certain point, it's actually before halftime, and during the rodeo. They would be put onto the freight elevator, they would line up, and then we'd take them down actually to the dirt.
Yeah.
And
So they get to
about
watch
the
dinner.
the star, the music right there at that
they
level.
were right there.
They have their own seats right around the stage.
Sometimes
and
they'd get up and they would dance with the music. I mean, they had a wonderful time. It is a Star Experience because
Did you
they're
ever
right
do that,
there.
Melissa? The Star Experience?
Oh, I have. And I actually sell Star Experience through my ticket
Yes.
committee, too.
Yeah.
right.
So the Star Experience also includes dinner. So
Yes, it
90
does.
minutes before the rodeo, you get to go have a private dinner. You get 2
Yes.
drink tickets. And then, like you said, watch the rodeo part in
Yes.
the fan zone, and then they move you down. And they're $235 for the premium seats, guaranteed the first 2 rows in the dirt, and then $210 for the standard.
Right. You
behind
have tickets to watch the rodeo and then tickets down on the dirt to watch the star.
And contact me if you need
Yeah,
any Star
Melissa,
Experience.
give them your number.
Yeah, 210-387-8081.
One more time, get closer.
210-387-8081.
So that's part of what you sell.
I do.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
you've done it yourself, so you know how good
I
it is.
did. It's so fun.
It's a great thing to
It
do
is.
because you're right down there in front of the stars, and you can hear the music, and you're sitting there, and you can be close to them, and you can see them, and they come down, and sometimes you get to shake their hand.
Yeah, you have dinner, you have your drinks, you have your seat during the rodeo, and then you go down in the dirt. It's a wonderful thing to experience.
I saw Brooks and Dunn last year.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. They were so cool.
But it's
But-
really worth it. It's not a bad price at all, and it's really worth what
Well,
you get
for
out of
all
it.
you get.
I know, for all you get.
For all you get, it's a neat deal. Now, speaking of that, coming up, we've got in January is our big to-do, our
Cowgirls Live Forever.
Oh, I'm going to that.
And are you?
I am.
Great.
So I'll see
Cowgirls Live Forever. And we have,
well, we got, what's her name that
Didn't
we
Big
had on the
Cheryl?
air that has the gala?
Rita Stitch.
Yeah, she's got the gala.
Yeah.
When's that?
The ball is, I said it the other day, the 18th, January 18th is the ball. And there's still tickets available, so if you want, just go online and order your tickets for that, for both those events that are coming up. One's the 15th, and that's Cowgirls, and one's the 18th, that's the rodeo ball with Rita Stitch. She has done it for 30 years and done a great job.
Website for the rodeo?
sarodeo.com. And what's your website for your?
Ticketmaster.com/RTC, which means Rodeo Ticket Committee. And then my unlock code is my initials, MELMAH.
We got to get out of here, folks. John?
Okay, Melissa, thank you so much for coming up.
Yeah.
And everybody
Thank you,
else, if y'all want to need a rodeo
It was a
ticket,
pleasure to have you.
if y'all want a rodeo ticket or that star experience, I recommend y'all to call Melissa.
Yes.
She ready to get give us your phone number one more time.
210-387-8081.
And I'm Ron Houston, and we want to thank you for being with us this week for Talk About Texas. We'll see you back next week at 3 o'clock.
Thanks a lot. Have a